What's up, community? It's Vid here, and I'm bringing you a Domination game on launch. Now, in general, this game, it's not bad. I mean, obviously we end up winning, but I mean, what would you expect? I kind of had the feeling that sometimes I would like to post up games in which I lose to point out the mistakes I made. But one of the reasons I'm posting this game up is how quickly a good game, or when one thinks it's a good game, can just turn out to be kind of sucking and pisses you off. Now, in terms when I'm sure you'll see it at the end, or when it starts happening, I'll kind of start explaining it and I'll point those things out. The general purpose of this video is what happens when either I get too cocky or arrogant, or B, when I become too overly cautious. Now, this isn't the first time that it's happened to me. It's happened before, and I've realized that every single time, and I think it applies more when I'm being too overly cautious, that I end up making some amateur mistakes that more or less cost me. Now coming in from the fact that I played some Domination games with the party, they think this will be a 4-man party, including myself. And hold on, yeah, there we go. That's the first one. That's the first death. So we lost B right now, and we already have someone over there, so it's not something I'm not too worried about right now. I know we'll get it back. So right now, I'm using the commando. Sleight of hand, because it's part of the whole CQC objective game mode weapon loadout that I'm using, and I'm trying to stay alive, hiding behind this thing, and I just die. Oh man, that's kind of sucks. But in all general purposes, from when I remember watching this and playing this, I start beasting it up. Now, my friend brings up the Blackie. So right now, they're all up in the UAV, and we're just killing them and just doing what we need to be doing. So I'm running to Alpha right now, because I saw him, little bastard, trying to cap it. But my teammate was like, "Hell no." All right, but back to what the actual thing we just talked about. What I want to talk about right now is the weapons. The commando is is a weapon that I love using, and alternately I would switch between possibly the AK-47 and the commando. In some of the class loadouts that I have, for example, I do use a ghost class with hacker, for the sole purpose that I use hacker because I don't have flak jacket on, and for my flak jacket class I kind of alternate between hacker and marathon. I like hacker because when an opportunity presents itself, I just love hacking shit because it's just so fucking fun. As opposed to marathon, in which I can just unlimitedly sprint to another place. And what's happening right now is host migration. So brought the scoreboard, you see everything, nothing's pretty much changed. So there you go. Whew. But going back to the whole ghost loadout thing right now, I do use the AK-74U on the Ghost class, but if I were to use Warlord, I probably wouldn't use the whole grip and rapid fire on it, because in that ideal situation, Scavenger would be the perfect first perk. For me, in a Ghost loadout class, I pick up the AK-74U, possibly over the MPL, for the damage output. The MPL, it's a pretty beast weapon, it's a pretty good weapon, but the damage output on the AK-74U is better, obviously, in terms of stats. Now, you couple that possibly with Ghost, sleight of hand, and you get a pretty good weapon in with killing people. As opposed to the MPL, which you just use Scavenger, Warlord, and Hacker, and you can do some work with that. Now, for the flak jacket class, which is the CQC class, and you see right now what I said, I've beasted it up. Get my 9 kill streak. But I don't want to call them the Huey yet. I need to get my puppies. They need to be out. They need to run. They need to do their thing and be happy and whatnot. But going back to the whole talking thing, When I originally picked up the FAMAS when I was 0 prestige, I fell in love with it because after I picked it up, after I unlocked it and I started using it, I started continuously getting my kill streaks. I'll tell you right now, if as anyone who plays a Call of Duty game when it first comes out, you're still getting used to the controls in terms of how they feel in a new game and how the maps and everything. So one wouldn't expect to do as well as they would like a month down the line. For me personally, as looking at this right now, I would have never expect to get a Huey so fast or so frequently, especially playing with my group of friends. I would have never imagined it. You put me in Modern Warfare 2, possibly in the same group, and it probably still wouldn't have worked. Now, and that's with kill streak stacking. And that's with kill streak stacking, but in this game where kill streaks don't stack, I'm getting Hueys and puppies and fucking Hinds all over the place, and it's just fucking amazing for me. But I digress. Alright, or at least I think I do. Going back to the whole talking about the whole objective game. As you saw right now, I was like maybe 40-2, and here's the whole mistakes, and you'll see it at the end, and you see it in the progress. I'll keep mentioning it. When I first started out, obviously I fell in love with the FAMAS. And then maybe around maybe a prestige or two later, I started using the AUG. Not a bad weapon. I loved it. Kills quickly, but it kills quickly. It's especially when you run into CQC, you can just hit fire the damn thing and you kill pretty fast. The problem I have with the AUG is its long range capabilities. Even burst firing that weapon, I personally still have a problem trying to make my bullets get to where they need to go. You put me with the FAMAS and I could probably still kill. You put me with the AK-47, I could do a lot better. You put me with the Commando and I can kill people at pretty long range. And it's not for the fact that I just continuously fire the weapon. I, like any other person, would burst fire a weapon. In terms of here, it was the problem with the UMP-45 silenced, or UMP-45 in Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2, people complain that you can snipe with it, but it's because you acquire the target. You acquire the target and you just burst fire it, and you would hit it, because when you burst fire, you reduce the recoil. It's that simple. The Commando for me has a pretty accurate spread. I mean, you can shoot pretty long range. It's like the G11, all right. But as long as you burst fire the weapon, you can do well. You kill quickly. But in terms of the whole idea, I do the AK-47 for damage output, so I'm switching between them. AK-47 for damage output, and the Commando for accuracy. Now, I recently started using in another class, the one I had with the reflex sight. I started using the AK-47 because I just couldn't kill quick. I just couldn't damage people enough with the Commando. Commando's well, it works well, but I just couldn't kill people that quick enough, and it's cost me. It cost me, and like I know in another video I mentioned that the Commando was like a better weapon compared to the AK-47, but it's an ever changing opinion, and it's something I'm still trying to figure out. Which weapon is the best, or which weapon is the most ideal in a certain situation? And for me, as of this moment, or as of this video, I feel that the AK-47 is ideal when I'm not running Flak Jacket, when I'm running Scavenger, Warlord with the red dot, which I'm trying out, and the dual mag, which is a change from the reflex sight and the extended mag which I used. Dual mag because I don't need extended mag. I have Scavenger. I can just pick up another weapon. With Scavenger and extended mag, it's a combination that is just not worth it. But with dual mag, you get that slight quick reload that you lose when I have Warlord Pro on. And with the red dot sight, I mean, it's a certain thing. After watching Woody's video, so I'm trying to figure it out. So here it is, 200 to 136, 50 to 8. That's my mistake. I kept dying. If you noticed it, or yeah. So as a quick thing to add on, I realized that the video was over, and I'm just kind of trying to put together how the whole thing, how people talk after the video, but it's a simple solution, all right. But just give me credit. The whole idea, what I was talking about at the beginning, about the whole arrogance, overconfidence, or possibly overcautious, is that in this case, I was overcautious. When I got out of the chopper gunner, I was about 42 to 2. Pretty good KDR. But because I tried holding on to that KDR too soon, I started playing too cautiously, and it cost me. And how? That I ended the game 50 and 8. Considering the fact that I died approximately, or more frequently, within those whatever it was to get to the final kill, 50 minus whatever I had coming out of the chopper gunner, I got killed more frequently between that KD spread and than I did when I got into the chopper gunner or dogs, or the whole general idea. But it's for me, my problem is that when I usually play, or when I usually get a good score after a good tremendous play, is that I become too overly cautious in terms of trying to keep that KDR, or I become too arrogant. Not in the sense that I might be playing around with my friends saying, "Oh yeah, I got this KDR. Look at me, I'm doing this well," and then kind of karma just comes back and bites me in the balls and just fucking ruins it. In this case, I knew this video was going up on YouTube because oh my god, I got this fucking 42 to 2 just like halfway through. It's like, how well can I do? Like, maybe I can die once, get my coach again, and just build it up. But because of that specific idea, because of that just little idea just went into my mind, it started fucking me up completely. And it always happens, and it always will continue to happen to me. And it doesn't matter how much I try to stop it, it will continue happening. And if you saw the full domination video, you'll realize that I went 23 to 7. Like I said, not the best KDR, but the whole idea of the video was tactics in full domination in the map of Fire and Range. Now, obviously, we knew we could keep them fully dominated. I mean, we weren't gonna repeat the same mistake we did in the video before that one. But it's a thing of trying too hard to accomplish something that it's gonna go bad. I read it somewhere. I think it's called Murphy's Law, if I remember correctly, that if something is supposed to go wrong, or something will go, like if something's supposed to go wrong, or if you think something's gonna go wrong, it will go wrong. I think it was Murphy's Law. If not, please check up on it on Wikipedia or Google. I think it's that. I remember seeing it. But I think that's what applies to me. It would have gone wrong. If it could go wrong, it would go wrong. So there you go. That's the whole thing I wanted to add on until the end. Tack it on until the end. So that's kind of what happens to me. Something you can learn about me a little bit. That I always fuck up. I always will fuck up something. So there you go. I mean, I'm a good team player, but don't take that whole explanation thing and oh my god, he's gonna fuck us up and then he won't be a good party, or he won't be a good team player. No, I will do my part. I'm the type of person who would sacrifice myself in the game just to help the teammates. That's how I am, and that's how I usually play in other games too. I would just I would just willingly sacrifice myself to benefit other people. So I mean, that's how I am. I don't know where that's kind of adding in, but whatever. I'm gonna end it here because I'm rambling. But there you go. So that's wanted to add it on. So I'll see you later again until the next video. Peace.